I don't really need a new friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone who can play though, wanna hang with me. I'm not really looking for...
Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. For those who do not know me, I am Danielle, and in this video tutorial we're going to talk about awareness, and we're going to do a little practice within this video tutorial. So I'll forewarn you all now, get that little bit comfortable, sort of drop that daily stress, because about a few minutes in we're going to do a little practice or a little exercise to see exactly how aware you are of energy and how you are aware of shifting the mind, and how much is psychic, how much is mediumistic. In an exercise that I use across all my workshops and all of my mentorships, and it is one that is proven to be very beneficial for you, the Buddha medium, or just for those out there looking to become just more aware of their particular energy when it is that they're working with the spirit world. So like I say, welcome back to everybody who is watching me, you know, for the however many time. For those who are maybe new to the channel or just stumbled across this video, maybe check us out, you know, come on over, subscribe, maybe just watch the content. I really don't mind. And you will find me today down in Cambridgeshire. I've been away now for 2 days, where I'm down here demonstrating, doing mediumship, workshopping. It's just part and parcel of a day in the life of me, Danielle. But I really wanted to talk to people a little bit about awareness. And I did a Zoom class, and I did a live, I think, this week as well. And sometimes people don't always know when they're aware, and if they're aware, and how can they really gauge if, you know, they're shifting the mind and if they're not. And awareness is a really big one. We need to be one aware of ourselves and, you know, our outer symmetry, and, you know, the earth world, what it feels like, what it senses like, what it smells like, what it tastes like, what, you know, all them extra sensory systems that we have. And when we're a medium, or when we're that psychic development as the medium, we have that extrasensory system that is going off, and we have this extrasensory system that is working to the best of its ability, and it's heightened quite highly there, so it's what we call the sensitive. And what happens is we don't always understand that sensory system, we don't always get it, and we don't always become like aware of it, if that makes sense. So I thought in this video, I thought we'd talk a little bit about that. We'd have a little bit of an exercise, because I did talk a little bit about how the channel was going to be taking a more interactive approach, and we're doing a lot more practical work and exercises and things like that, you know, because again, I'd like to bring something new to the platform. And like I say, I'm not really saying that I'm saying lots of talking, but I ain't saying a lot of practicing, like, and not unless you're paying for it, like, of course. No, I'm only joking. But, you know, I just really think it's important that, you know, we get down to brass tacks, as the My Spirit team said. You know, we really need to get back to basics. And this one is, I think, one of them probably the most beneficial again for your mediumship. And it is awareness of your energy, awareness of when you may be shifting the mind, and what's the difference, and if you can tell the difference through shifting the mind. So let's get right down to it. The sun's in my eyes, but I don't mind. I want you all to sort of get comfortable. The scenery here is really quiet. You know, we've got birds sort of tweeting in the background. It's really quite idyllic for sitting in the power. So what I like to say is get comfortable. Get yourself into a space where you feel most best. And what I want you to do is just take 3 large deep breaths in, 3 large deep breaths out. And just drop the shoulders, quieten that mind, drop them legs, just take a weight off, just let it go, just, you know. And I want you to take in 3 deep breaths, let 3 deep breaths out. And as you're breathing in, I want you to become aware of your chest. So I want you to take the mind to here. And as this breath starts to rise and fall, I want the mind to stay there. I don't want the mind to be over here. I don't want the mind to be, you know, aware of what's going on in the room. I want the mind fixated completely and utterly only on the breath. And as you're taking the mind here, I want you to take your eyes to imagery in the room, and I want you to stare at it until you feel like your eyes are burning, or you feel like you want to blink. And as soon as you get there, it's time to close your eyes. Remember, keep the mind with the breath, and we're looking for the regulation of the breath, the breathing in, the breathing out. And as you find that regulation, your breath will start to help you slow everything down. The breath is really important because it also tells the mind there's nothing to fear, which also helps you when you're sitting in the power. So as I'm talking, I'm sure many of you will now be staring at the objects in the room, and hopefully you will be just about ready to either blink, or you should be about ready to feel them eyes starting to burn. And when you're in that place, I just want you to keep your mind completely with the breath. Just taking them steady breaths in and out, keeping the mind totally with the breath at all times. Any thoughts that are coming in, mind's not with the breath. So therefore your conscious mind is still in play here. So we want to keep the mind strictly only with the breath. Becoming aware of how the chest rises and how the chest falls. How is your breath? Is it too quick? Is it too slow? We want it to be natural, a natural rhythm of your breathing. Now everybody breathes differently, obviously, of course. So we want to find your natural rhythm. And through that will come with keeping the mind with the breath. As you're breathing in and out, and as you're keeping the mind with the rise and the fall of the chest, you will start to relax. Your shoulders will start to drop. Take the tension from the jaw. So you want to find the jaw dropping there a little bit. There's softness in the face as well. Sometimes we can get very sort of, screw the face up, or there's a lot of tension across the brow where there's deep, lines, so just let that face soften and just let the jaw just sort of drop a little bit and just relax. Your legs should be starting to drop a little bit. Just relax and taking the heaviness from them. Arms should now be starting to relax, the hands, as the mind stays with the breath. And now you should be starting to find that regulation. That regulation should be there. It may take you a little bit longer, and I've caught you on the hop a little bit, but you should be able to drop into sitting in the power anytime, just like you should be able to connect to the spirit world anytime. So just breathing with that natural breath. And as you're sitting with the natural breath, I just want you to become aware of you as the instrument. And as you're naturally just breathing in and out, I want you to become aware of how you feel. How does that instrument feel to you? What mental notes or what words or labels can you put to that? And I want to give you a couple of minutes here just to make them mental notes, looking for, how you feel, how the energy feels. Is it feeling heavy? What's it doing? And just become aware of that. So I'm going to go quiet, like I say, for a couple of minutes. Keep the mind with the breath. And I just want you to make mental notes of that energy as you're breathing in and out. Okay, friends, and as our mind is now completely with the breath and we have taken the mental notes, I want you to continue to keep your mind with the breath, taking that steady, natural flow. And within your mind, I'd like to say, I'm now going to the spirit world. And I then want you to become aware, after you've said that particular sentence, of the difference between the place you've just been to the place you have gone. And again, within that area of when you said that you're going to the spirit world, I want you to become aware of what that energy feels like. How does it feel? Very much like what we did just before, but you're making mental notes of what is different here to what is different there. And what you want to do is continue to stay with the breath, keep the mind completely with the breath, learn to take it nice and steady and slow, and just become aware of that energy, that space, and how that mentally feels. And again, I'm going to give you a few moments to be able to become aware of how that energy feels in that place, and just make them mental notes, and then we can discuss that in the comments box at the end. Okay, friends, I'd like you now to continue to stay where you are, breathing in, breathing out. And I would like you, when you're ready, to allow yourself to say, I'm now returning back to the earth world. And I want you to do that with the regulation of your breath. So don't jump from there to there. Do it stagingly. Do it simply. Feel that change. Feel that movement of the shift. So as you say, I'm coming back to the earth world, take it nice and slow, using the breath to feel that you are moving from that energy space to this energy space. Now, it may take a little practice this. Some of you may get it first time. Congratulations. For those who need to practice a bit more, that's okay. And when you have started to become back to the earth world, I want you to become aware of your feet, your legs, your arms, your hands, your physical body, and become just aware of, you are returning back to this world. Give yourself time. Remember, keep the mind with the breath. Keep the eyes shut at this point. We don't want the eyes to be open yet. And we're just sort of becoming aware of the sensory system of the physical world. And I just want you to become aware of you and your breath as you become more and more awake. And as you become more and more awake, and as you become more and more aware of the physical world, you may now be able to start and open your eyes. And I want to welcome you all back. And I hope that you have found some interesting bits on this. The purpose of the exercises is to become aware of the shift of the mind and awareness of this world versus the next world. So for those who have followed this small sitting in the power technique for awareness, the first world is your world. So that is your psychic energy. That's how you feel as the instrument. The second is the spiritual world. And what we need, what you should be looking for is an alteration of the shift of the mind, the differences in the awareness of the energy, and how them energies feel very, very different. And by learning to be able to do this technique more, you will be able to become more and more aware of when you're shifting the mind, when you're blending with the spirit world, and when you may be working psychically. It was a big question that was asked to me many, many months ago. How do I know when I'm working psychically versus mediumistically? And this, nobody can tell you this. You have to learn it. And this technique will learn you that technique. So I want you to please do light up the comments box. Let me know how you felt. Certainly, let me know how that worked for you, if it resonated for you at all. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate your time. Take your time coming back to the earth world. Relax, be easy on yourself. It's Friday after all. It's a weekend coming up. Whatever you do, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I'm busy down here all weekend in the south, training, demonstrating. So it's work for me. But for you lot, I hope you have a beautiful weekend no matter what you do. If you want to share this video around, please do. I'd be grateful to you. Thanks to everybody who's been helping us out here on the channel. And, we've got thousands of watch time now. I'm so pleased and proud. And, thank you for the fact that people comment saying, I've helped you so much. I'm eternally grateful to you. I really do like to do my bit for you there. I hope you again have a beautiful weekend. Here from me down in Cambridgeshire. I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye for now.
Looking for someone not afraid to give it all to me.